Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. It's Thursday at noon today. It's a beautiful day outside. So, not sure how many are going to be partaking in yoga at this particular time, but certainly I hope if you're doing this at a different time that you enjoy it just as much. So, we're going to get started in just a moment, and we will be starting in Shavasana. So, laying down on your back and that's how we'll begin today. So if you want to make your way down onto your back and find a comfortable position. Okay, I'm going to apologize right now for my doggie who just has to be with me today for some reason. Um, didn't want to stay downstairs and there's nobody else here for her. So she may interrupt us a little bit today. So again, apologizing for that up front. So find your way down onto your mat, onto your back. If you need to have something behind your knees, just to elevate your knees a little bit to keep the lower back. If you're taking care of your lower back, go ahead and do that. Have some water handy, and we'll get started. I'm going to close this door. Okay, so as you get settled in today on your back, maybe just roll your shoulders back and tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, opening up your heart, letting your arms and legs just fall naturally at your sides and at the end of your mat, letting the feet just fall naturally. Maybe lift your head and just tuck your chin a little bit so you find some length in the back of your neck and lower the head. Get rid of all that scrunchiness back there. And once you're feeling comfortable in your position, begin to feel the weight of your body on your mat. Begin to feel heaviness. And know that the floor beneath you is supporting you so you can fully let go. And then begin to focus on your breath. Focus on the gentle inhale and exhale. Maybe noticing where your breath is landing in your body. And we're not trying to change the breath at all. Just bringing our awareness to the breath. Bringing ourselves into a place where maybe we can let go of the day, any of our to-do lists, and really focus the next 45 minutes on yourself. Feeling any areas of tension, you may want to soften your jaw, your shoulders, your fingers, your forehead. And with that awareness, intentionally try to soften in the space. Keep your awareness on your breath, observing the length of your breath as you settle. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The news yesterday was shitty. We're back in lockdown for a whole month. And we're all feeling COVID fatigue, and it would be really easy to just feel defeated. But this is a time when we need our gratitude attitude more than ever. We're in control of so much, even in this time of uncertainty. And there is so much to be grateful for. The days are longer, the sun is shining. Take this time to go for walks or read some good books. Take care of yourself. And take a moment now to think of all the things that you're grateful for, or maybe even just one or two. And after class, write them down. Be grateful for the way our bodies allow us to move and feel. And as you go through your practice today, and every time you practice yoga, or anytime you do anything, thank your body, thank your mind, and thank your soul. And with that, just begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, just bringing yourself back into the space that you're in. And eventually with an inhale, bring your knees up to your chest and hug them in. And maybe begin to rock side to side, ironing out any wrinkles in your back, finding a nice sweet spot to eventually land in stillness. And then extend the right leg out, all the way out, holding in the left leg. And then take that left leg and just open it up like a book. So you're opening up your hip, feeling the length in the hip there. Holding it there for just a moment. And then bring the knee back in. Lift the other knee to join. So both knees are hugged into the chest. And this time extending the left leg out. And then take that right knee and open it up. Open up the hips. Feeling a nice stretch in through the hip. And then bring the knee back to center. And bring the other knee up. And this time, open both knees, opposite directions like a book, bringing the palms of your feet or the soles of your feet together. And then walk your hands down towards your ankles. Now, if that's as far as you can reach, that's okay. Or if you could grasp the inside or outside of your foot, go ahead and do that. And then open up the feet so the soles of the feet are facing the ceiling. We're in happy baby now. The knees are coming in towards the armpits. And then if you'd like to go ahead and rock side to side, bringing some movement to your happy baby, you can do that. Or you can stay in stillness. That's always a choice. And then eventually coming to stillness if you're not already there. Let go of the feet, bring the knees together, and let's extend the legs straight up into the sky and go ahead and make any movements that make your ankles, your feet feel good. So that may be pointing and flexing. It may be rotating the ankles, maybe scrunching the toes and making them wide. Taking any movement that's sending love to your feet. We may be doing a lot of walking in the next little while, or maybe you already have been. So really send some love there. And eventually bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Maybe lift your head up so that your nose comes towards your knees, making that hug just a little bit snugger. And then as you exhale, bring your head down. If it was up, let the legs come out. Take a nice deep inhale all together. And exhaling. And one last time, bring the knees in and roll over to your right or your left and push yourself up onto your hands and knees. So we're coming into tabletop. Checking in with our foundation here. Hands are spread wide. Fingers are spread wide. Your weight is going, your hands are beneath your shoulders. And press into the fingertips rather than allowing the wrist to do all of the heavy bearing. Really push into those fingers. Make sure your knees are below your hips. And let's go ahead and do a few cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift up the tailbone, and lift the heart. Exhaling, bringing the tailbone in, bringing the belly button up high, arching the back, pushing away from the mat as your chin comes to your chest. And inhaling, lower the belly, bring the hips up, bring the heart up, inhaling for cow. And exhaling, tucking in the tailbone, bringing the belly button up, arching the back, pushing away from the mat. So you're separating those shoulders. And let's do a few more on our own. So breath is flowing with movement. And you're going at your pace. Maybe taking a moment in any of these positions that feels particularly good to you today. Go ahead and do that. And we'll do just a couple more. And then eventually coming to a flat back. Let's take the toes together and the knees are going to come out wide as your mat. Sit your bum back down on the back feet. We're coming down into a child's pose, so walk those hands up forward and bring your forehead on down to the mat. belly comes between the thighs. Now, if you're taking care of your shoulders and you find that this is uncomfortable, you can always bring your arms in, resting your head on your hands. Make sure you find a comfortable position when you're in child's pose, because this is somewhere you can come at any time during the practice if you need to rest and reset. Taking a nice deep inhale, filling up the back body with breath. So really feeling the back ribs expand as you inhale, and let the exhale out. And let's do 2 more inhales and exhales. Nice deep ones. And as you complete the last one, as you inhale, come on back out. And we're going to come back into tabletop. 1 more cat-cow, just to reset. And then as you come back into table, once again, if your toes aren't already together, bring your toes together. Bring the knees out wide again. This is a nice stable base. Make sure your feet, my hands are a little bit too far. We want to have the hands underneath the shoulders. Take your left hand, place it in the middle. And we're going to take that right hand and we're going to scoop it underneath like we're threading a needle. And as you inhale, raise it up high on the opposite side. So we're now doing a little bit of a spinal rotation. Exhale, bring it through. Inhaling, arm comes up. Now it doesn't matter how high your arm goes. So don't be straining to get that arm in a certain spot. Just flow it through. A couple more, up and down. Again, breath with movement. And wherever you are, come back to table, keeping the legs apart as they are. And we're going to do the other side now. So we're going to take the right hand, take it to the middle, putting the weight on that right hand, getting those fingers nice and snug in there. Let's take the left hand, thread it through. And up. And down. Again, not worrying where the hand lays. We're really focusing on the core here, on the nice spinal rotation we're feeling. Through and up. And a couple more. And up. And maybe one more time wherever you are. Coming back to center. And while our feet are in this position, let's go back for another child's pose. So sending the hips back, walking the hands out front. Forehead comes down to the mat or to your hands. Taking 2 deep inhales into the back body. Thinking about all that we're grateful for. And then when you're done, come back up to table. Bring the knees in so that they are once again beneath your hips. Walk the hands out slightly. And then bring the body forward so you're coming into a modified plank. So again, pushing away from the mat. And then when you're ready, lower down very gracefully and slowly all the way down to the mat. Forehead comes to the mat. Slide your hands back so that they're beside the lower part of your ribs. Your elbows are facing up to the sky. And as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the heart, coming up into a cobra pose. Really pressing down on the tops of your feet, pressing down into the hips. Feeling this in your belly. We're really giving the internal organs here a nice massage. And then go ahead and exhale as you lower. Tuck the toes. And as you inhale, you can pass through table. We're coming up to our first down dog. Go ahead and paddle that out. So coming up to down dog, your hands should still be in the same position. Fingers are spread wide. You're pressing into the fingers and not into the palms of the hands. Walking the feet. Heels don't have to touch. But maybe as you bend the left knee, you might find your right heel touches down and Same with the opposite way. As you're taking your dog for a walk, keeping the hips up high, ears are between the biceps, and eventually come to stillness. We're going to raise the right leg up high, three-legged dog, finding space under the belly. Bring that knee forward and step up. If you have to help your foot, go ahead and help your foot. Let's drop the left knee down. So we're coming into a lunge here. Once you're here and you're feeling steady, come on up to a low lunge. So let's check in with alignment just for a moment. Knee is supposed to be over the ankle, so let's make sure it's there. Your hips are facing the top of your mat. And then let's take the hands to heart center. And then go ahead and raise them up overhead. So shoulders should be over top of your hips, not leaning forward. We want to be nice and tall here. Arms are straight up, biceps around the ears again. And then as you inhale, with the exhale, just come back a little ways. We're going to get a little bit of a back bend here. So don't be scrunching the back of the neck up, though. You're just raising the heart, and your gaze will just come up along with it. Beautiful. And as you exhale, bring the hands down around the front foot, lifting the back knee up. Take a step forward, and let's fall into a beautiful forward fold here, letting the belly relax onto the top of the thighs. Hands just let go, neck let go. Let's nod our head yes. Shake the head no. Letting everything go here. Slight micro bend in the knees, never straightening the knees. And take 2 breaths here. And again, you're feeling your belly crunching up there, and this is doing some work on your internal organs too. And with your next inhale, come up halfway. Hands come to shins. Back is flat. Feel length between your tailbone all the way to the top of your head. And then as you exhale, forward fold again. Pressing in to the mat with your feet. Let's sweep our arms up. With an inhale, palms come together. And as you come down with your hands, let's sit back into chair pose. So hands, thumbs are on your heart, and you're sitting back just like a squat. So your weight is in your heels, your toes could come up. You're sitting back in chair. Stay here just for a few breaths. Option here is to also bring your arms up, once again, as high as you can get them. The idea is to kind of have your fingertips to the tailbone, a nice straight line. You can go a little bit lower, maybe give that a try. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, and this time let's step back with the right foot. And we're going to lower the knee. So we're coming back into that low lunge again. Once you feel stability, you can always widen your stance if you need to. Come up and bring your hands to heart center. Let's take a quick check on alignment. Knee is over top of the ankle and not in front of it. It can be behind, but not in front. And we're square, hips are square with the front of your mat. Very nice. Engage your core and go ahead and lift the arms up. Shoulders over hips, fingertips over shoulders, biceps are around your ears. Let's inhale and reach up. And as you exhale, feel that back bend. So just to where you're comfortable. Again, never pain. And trying not to scrunch the back of the neck. The gaze will come up naturally as your heart is risen. And let's exhale, lower back down to either side of the foot. Coming up, that back knee, step forward. Let's come up, or forward fold, sorry. Exhaling, inhaling to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And sweeping up as you press down with the feet, all the way up. Hands come to heart center. And once again, coming back down into chair. Beautiful. So now we're sitting in that squat. Engage your core here. Maybe even squeeze your thighs together. That'll give you a little bit more stability. Feet are firmly planted on your mat. So it's all about right from the toes all the way up. And if you're ready, go ahead and lift the arms up. Just holding in here just for a few more moments, taking a few deep breaths. Let's all inhale together. Exhale. And on the next inhale, bring the arms up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise the arms all the way up again. And this time lowering the arms, coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. So feet are hip width apart. Feet are firmly planted as they should still be from doing chair pose. Let's roll the shoulders back. Open the palms to the front. Gaze can come down slightly. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Maybe feel the energy coming up your back as you inhale and coming back down the front as you exhale. Beautiful. All right, let's take a step back with the left foot. A nice big giant step back. We're going to come up to a crescent lunge. So lifting up the arms, bending that front knee. Once again, just like we did in low lunge, we want to make sure that knee's not over the front toe. We're up in crescent lunge here. With an inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, rotate your left foot. And we're coming down into warrior two. So we have a nice heel to toe alignment. Arms come down to your shoulder height. Maybe tucking in the bum, raising the heart, and making sure that your knee hasn't collapsed in. Take gaze over the right hand, right over that middle finger of your right hand. And then flip the hand so palm is facing forward. Bring the left hand down to your thigh. And with a nice inhale, bring that arm up and over, exalting our warrior, opening up the right side body. Really feeling a nice stretch in the obliques. Let's take a nice deep breath into the open ribs, that open space we've created. And as you exhale, come back down into warrior two. Nice job. And then windmill your arms to the front. Turn that back foot. Walk forward. Coming up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And then lower the arms back to Tadasana or mountain pose. Let's do the other side now. So we're going to take the left leg, take a nice big giant step back. I'm just going to turn around so I'm facing you. But, yep. So right leg, take that big giant step back with your right leg. I apologize there. And let's go ahead and come up into crescent lunge. So checking alignment, knee is bent. We're facing the short end of the mat. And as you inhale, rise up. Exhale, rotate the right foot 90 degrees and bring the arms down for warrior two. Really pressing into the mat with your feet, almost like you're peeling the mat apart. Take your gaze over the left hand, middle finger. Flip the palm over. Lower the right hand down. Inhale, raise the arm up. And over, opening up the left side body this time, feeling that stretching through the obliques. Let's breathe into the open space, into that side body, let it go. As you come back into warrior two. And then rotating the hands or windmilling the hands, if you call it, to either side of that foot. Stepping forward, let's come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up. Forward fold as you exhale all the way down, stepping back with one foot and then the other into down dog. Just for a moment. Then lower the knees down, coming back into a table. So readjust where you need to so your knees are underneath your hips. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, pressing into the fingers. Let's extend the right leg out. Foot is flexed. Taking a nice deep inhale, reach the left arm out if you're comfortable doing so. Engage the core. Pull the belly button back towards your spine. Taking a breath here. Then lower the hand. Bring the knee back in. Let's do the other side now. So extending the left leg, flexing the foot. Engage the core. Really pushing away from the mat so you're not falling in. You want to be pushing away from the mat. Shoulder blades are apart. And if you're feeling okay with it, lift that right arm like you're shaking the hand of somebody. Something we don't get to do too often these days. Taking a few breaths here, really pushing away from the mat. Feeling like right from the tip of the finger all the way to that heel. And bring the hand back. Bring the knee back. And let's extend the right leg one more time. And hover it over the left foot. Touch the toe down. Bring your gaze over your left shoulder. And then bring your gaze back. And bring your leg back. Coming back to table. We'll do the other side now. So the left foot comes out, flexed foot. Hover over the right leg. Touch those toes down to the mat. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. A few breaths here. And then take your gaze back. Bring the leg back. Coming back into table. Tuck the toes if they aren't already and just walk your hands back. And swing the feet around to the front. Bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to come into a butterfly here. So make sure you're sitting on your sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening the spine. Inhale as your head reaches towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, come forward from the hips. Just as far as you feel comfortable. And then you can go ahead and just let your back round. And your head come down. We'll just sit here for a moment. Feeling a nice stretch in there, in the inner thighs. And with an inhale, come on back up. Stretch the legs out. And just walk yourself back to a lying down position. And bring your knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. Finding the sweet spot. And then coming to center, bring the knees down or bring the feet down with knees bent. Taking your fingertips towards your heels. It doesn't have to touch, but towards the heels. Roll the shoulder blades underneath. We'll just do a couple of bridge flows here. So as you inhale, lift the hips up. Squeeze the thighs together. Energetically, they may not actually touch, but you're squeezing them together like you have a ball between them. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift again. Maybe a little higher this time. And then exhaling, lower down one vertebrae at a time. And last time, lift, 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 lift. Squeeze the thighs together. Maybe come up on the toes this time. And as you, exhale, lift, lower the heels, lower your bum, lower your spine down. Walk the feet out to either side of the mat and begin to windshield wipe your knees side to side. As you come to the right side, let the legs just fall to the right. Extend your arms out to either side like a T. Lift your head and gaze over your left shoulder. Lower your head down. Feeling a nice twist here. This is absolutely one of my most favorite poses. I think I could just do Shavasana doing this. Maybe with each exhale, see if you can just release a little bit more. Never pushing, but maybe you're holding tension in the hip, and maybe you can release it just a touch more. And bring your head back to center and begin to windshield wipe the knees again, side to side. And when your knees land to the left this time, let them fall. Lift the head and turn to the right. Lower the head with your gaze over your right shoulder. And just allow yourself to release into the stretch. Let go of any tension. No forcing, just releasing. And bring the head back to center. Windshield wipe those legs just a couple times. Landing in the middle. Extend your legs out. Extend your feet out. Bring your arms to your sides. And getting ready for Shavasana. Allow your body to melt into your mat. Maybe roll your shoulders under. Release all tension. And take this moment for you. And know that my voice will call you back when the time is right. Approach each day with gratitude, understanding, openness, knowing that it offers potential and possibilities, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to reflect, reset, and move forward with intention. When gratitude becomes an essential foundation in our lives, miracles start to appear everywhere. Begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, rotate your wrists and your ankles, and maybe begin moving your head side to side, bringing your awareness back into the room, back into your body. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, roll onto either side, and push yourself up to a seated position. So thank you all for joining me today for this half an hour. I know myself, I really, really needed this. There's a lot going on in the world, but there's a lot to be grateful for. So always think about those things, write them down, take a moment to know that even in uncertainty, we still have control over a lot. So be grateful. I'm grateful to have you with me here today. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sunshine. See you soon. Bye-bye.